What's up, my pals? How are we doing? It's late. That's how I'm doing. I'm a little tired. Just got out of Transformers 4. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a solid couple of hours there. I am not going to cut right into the spoilers, so I'm going to say, number one, if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to hear my spoilers, go see the movie, then watch my review, and leave me some comments and we'll talk about it, man, because I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought it moved very, very smoothly is the word I'm looking for. There weren't too many parts dwelling on the humans. There weren't too many parts with not enough action. I mean, you could always want more action. I mean, yeah, I guess you can't say that, but it worked for me, you know. So go see it. Then watch my review here. And we'll talk some more. We'll leave a bunch of comments, or, you grab me on Twitter and we'll talk about it. So, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to shut this off. Or, if you want to stick around for the spoilers, we can stick around for the spoilers. Alright, 10 seconds are up. So, the movie, I'm just going to kind of lay it out as I saw it. The movie opens up. It's 5 years later since the events in Transformers 3, where the battle took place in Chicago, and apparently like 1,500 people died, they say, and Transformers can't be trusted because even though there's Autobots and Decepticons, they feel the human race is threatened. So there's this company called KSI. KSI is run by, I'm bad with actors' names. It's the bald guy, and he wears the glasses, and he's not really a bad guy, but he starts out, because it's his company. So his company is doing a couple of things. Number one, they're mining in the Arctic for what they call transformium. I think it was transformium. Something like that. It's basically what it turns out to be is it's the metal that the Transformers are made of. And how did it get on Earth? Okay. They do a very brief flashback in the opening of the movie. It's a terraforming Transformer spaceship that terraforms plant life animals. I'm sorry. Organic planets is the word I'm trying to say. Christ, it's fucking late. They transform organic planets into metal planets so that the Transformers can come to life in the metal part of the planet. It's kind of like they use what's called a seed, and it turns out, the seed is an object of interest later on in the movie. The seed acts like the key to Vector Sigma, if you guys remember that from the Generation 1 cartoon, where it activated Vector Sigma, but if you dropped it, like when Megatron got it back to Earth, and he dropped it on the ground, and it turned, like, the ground around him into a metal substance, it's kind of like that. So that's the flashback, and it's set back in the dinosaur age, so this goes back 65 million years. Okay, so 5 years later from Chicago, it opens up with Mark Wahlberg and his family. They live in Texas. He's a kind of washed out of inventor, and they're on hard luck. His daughter, she plays hers, Nicola. I forget her name, but she plays her Wahlberg's daughter. She's graduating high school. Had to go to the prom, and they have no money and all this other jazz. So the other guy that you see a lot of is Wahlberg's business partner. They go into town to check out a movie theater. They have some old movie film equipment there, projection cameras that are apparently worth money if Wahlberg can fix them up. And then all of a sudden, Optimus Prime is in the fucking, he's crashed into the side of the wall. So he's like, how much for the truck? And the guy's like, what truck? So they haul the truck back to the farm. And, Wahlberg starts fixing it up, and it turns out to be Optimus Prime. He didn't know what happened. So, Wahlberg fixed him up, and they get to talking, and Optimus says that he doesn't know what happened, but the humans turned on him and his Autobots in a spot in Mexico. There was some kind of battle. They cut to the battle. It looks, there's this team of humans. It's KSI and this retired CIA agent, played by Kelsey Grammer, leads this operative guy. He's the other bald guy, but he's the bald guy with the guns. They're out to kill the Autobots and the Decepticons. Apparently, there's a couple of Decepticons still roaming the planet from the battle, and there's a handful of Autobots. So they hunt down Ratchet. They track him to this big boat. They blow the shit out of Ratchet. Lockdown is there. Lockdown is working with this CIA Black Ops group that works with KSI. Some kind of twisted partnership there. So they kill Ratchet. Then Optimus, they get Optimus working, and his signal is back online. So now they know to come to the farm. So they come to the farm. They have it out. Big battle. It's kind of cool. Optimus escapes with Wahlberg, the daughter, and the business partner, and they're on the run. And the boyfriend, the daughter's boyfriend, who was a little older, but apparently they've been secretly dating, and it's drama. But they escape, so they're a team of 4. Lockdown hunts them down, and he sets off this grenade thing, and it fries the business partner. He turns to like a frickin' burnt crisp, and they're like, oh, holy shit! And they get away. So he's dead, and it's the 3 of them and Optimus, and they're on the run. So they meet up with the other Autobots. It's Hound, Bumblebee, Drift, and Crosshairs. And, they're like, oh, I don't know what's going on, and, the humans are this, and the humans are that, and why are you helping us, and blah, blah, blah. So Wahlberg, being the washed-out inventor, he gets a hold of this not nanotechnology, but it's a little drone, and he grabbed it. They were using it at the farm when they invaded the farm. It's a little spy drone. He grabbed it, and he kind of rigged it so he has access to it now, and he watches back the tape, and he says, look, this is the team of SWAT guys that took out Ratchet. And then you also see footage of them taking out Leadfoot, and he's like, no, I'm an Autobot, don't attack me. And, they kill him anyway. So they're melting down Autobots and Decepticons at this KSI plant so they can create more of this transformer, whatever the fuck I said it was, I don't remember. And what they're doing at KSI is they're building their own Transformers, so they're building them better, and they can control them, and it's going to be like the new army for the United States, or whatever, I don't know. Turns out, Brains has been captured by these KSI people, and he's doing all this data transfer, communication, translation shit, and they're using corpses from the battle in Chicago to reinvent these new Transformers that they're going to control. It's Galvatron is the black truck, and they're like, yeah, he's going to be our flagship guy. And Stinger, who's the red Lamborghini, he's pretty hot looking. And then there's like another 49 guys. It's later revealed it's Galvatron and 50 of their own Transformers. So it turns out Megatron didn't actually officially die. His conscience is there, and he kind of secretly programmed his essence into the Galvatron truck. Not that he became Galvatron, or is he, not that they rebuilt him into Galvatron. It's they built Galvatron out of the Transformer metal that they kind of invented, and Megatron plugged his conscience into Galvatron's formatting, and now, like, it's, he's reinvented, and, they set them loose on, the KSI team sets the Stinger and Galvatron, they set them loose to go hunt down the Autobots now that they've been revealed, and they think they have control. Galvatron takes control of himself, and he wrecks the place. He tears up the highway. Lockdown shows up. He shoots Optimus Prime. Galvatron disengages, and Lockdown takes Optimus prisoner aboard his ship. Now, what's pretty cool about Lockdown's ship is, you know, he's a bounty hunter. You know, he's got trophies. It turns out he has collected the Knights of Cybertron, and you don't know who the fuck they are. But it turns out to be the Dinobots. There's this chamber, you know, that he has them locked up in this cage. Optimus is hanging upside down by his leg. And in the other cages around this little area is the other Dinobots. And as before Lockdown can take off into orbit, because the deal was Lockdown gets Optimus Prime, and Kelsey Grammer's character and the KSI team get a seed. Now, Lockdown doesn't care. He just wants Optimus Prime as the trophy to take back to the creators, the makers, whoever. They're not revealed who they are. Looks like it's going to be in the next movie. Hound and Crosshairs and Drift stow aboard Lockdown's ship. They free Optimus Prime. The jails, the little cages or whatever you want to call them, where Optimus and the Dinobots are located in like an escape pod from the main ship. So they jettison the escape pod. Lockdown takes off into orbit. I'm sorry. He's gone interstellar space, and before he realizes that Optimus has escaped, he's in the middle of nowhere. KSI relocates to their second facility in China, which is where the movie kind of moves over to there. Bumblebee, how the hell did Bumblebee get over there? I don't remember. No. Bumblebee was also aboard this stowaway ship, and they all got off it. The humans, everybody, and they're all together. And Optimus says we need more army, because they figure out by now that Megatron, they freed Brains, and they figured out that, Megatron is in... Oh! We dropped the camera. We're back. It's late. I said it's late, fuckers. So Brains reveals what's going on. Megatron programmed himself into Galvatron. He's going to control the 50 new Transformers that they think KSI controls, but really it's all Galvatron. And they invade China. Decepticons fucking everywhere. They're wrecking the place. And Hound and Bumblebee make a stand to protect the humans, Wahlberg and everybody. And Optimus, Drift, and Crosshairs go back to the shuttle escape pod / thing. They say to the Dinobots, you are the Knights of Cybertron. Let me lead you to defend our freedom, and we'll work as a team and bullshit. And they fight as a team. So they come out, they wreck the place. Dinobots are not necessarily fighting Galvatron, but they're fighting all the Decepticons that are invading China. Galvatron kind of takes a back seat. He skips out at the end, and Optimus and Lockdown kind of have it out in a separate part of town. Bumblebee turns around. I'm sorry, I skipped a part. Mark Wahlberg says, I'm going to help Optimus. Says to the boyfriend, take care of my daughter. Bumblebee, get them out of here. So the daughter says, Bumblebee, stop. They go back, and it's Wahlberg, the daughter, the boyfriend, Bumblebee, and Prime against Lockdown. Lockdown is pretty badass. I liked what I saw with Lockdown. But they kill him, and, he's the villain, really, in the whole movie, and they kill him, and he's dead. So what is happening next? It goes back to the battle. They have the seed. The humans have the seed, and they're trying to get it away from Galvatron, because Galvatron knows about the seed and wants to get it and detonate it in China so that he can kind of proto-form something with, and create a new army. They don't go into detail. It's just said, this is what he's going to do, and it's like, holy shit, and all this other crap. So, the Dinobots get into the battle. They're wrecking everything. It's really cool. I wish there was more Dinobot airtime, but, there's not. So the battle's over. Lockdown's dead. Galvatron kind of just flees out the back door without anyone noticing, and Optimus has the seed. And he gathers everyone around, and he's like, Dinobots, you are free. Thank you for your help in the battle, and free to live your lives. So that you see the Dinobots run away. He says to the remaining Autobots, it's, you know, they're all standing around, Crosshairs. Christ, who the fuck are they? Hound, Drift, and Bumblebee. And he's looking at Bumblebee, like, when he says it, and he's like, I'm going to find out who are the makers and what do they want with the seed, and you guys need to protect Wahlberg and his family, because we're all family now. And so, it's like, he doesn't necessarily leave Bumblebee in charge, but he's looking at Bumblebee when he says this. And then, all of a sudden, he's got fucking rocket boosters in his legs that can escape orbit. Optimus Prime fucking takes off into the fucking air, and he breaks into orbit, and he jets out into space, looking for the makers of the seed. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is he Superman? Who the fuck is this guy? Because in the last movie, they needed a goddamn spaceship to get to the moon. But, you know, fucking whatever. You know, I can't keep up with this shit. You want to make him fly, make him fly. It's mind-boggling. So, so that's that. It wraps up. We stayed through the credits. The lights came on. The credits were still rolling. There was no bonus scene. At least not, you know, that we stayed for. We left once the lights came on, and it didn't look like there was going to be a bonus scene. If you want to stay to the very end and find out, go right ahead. Let me know. And we'll talk about it some more. We'll leave some comments. We'll go through the threads. Maybe we'll make another video. Catch me on Twitter. We'll talk about it. I cannot wait to see this again. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's almost 4 o'clock now. And I got to get a couple hours of sleep. Then I'm going back tomorrow afternoon once Feisty Pants get out of school. And we're going to go see it. And we're going to see it again. I'll see if I pick up a couple of different things. You know, you always catch something else when you see it a second time. Yeah. So, check it out. Get to the movies, man. And, you know, we'll talk about it. Like this video, leave me a comment, and get a fucking sleeping bag and go to bed or something. God damn, I'm fucking tired. I'll see you guys. Catch you later.